Oh, another day, more motherfucking insanity. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I wake up and my phone is blown up with news articles about oil prices hitting $1 a barrel. What the fuck is going on? Yo, look, man. All right. Let me put it like this, right? So, I have been hearing rumors, all right, and I haven't had any real like backup for what's going on, but I figured this was going to happen. I said this back in, like the beginning of March, right? Remember I called, $25 a barrel oil, right? And, I said, yo, look, it can go to 15 or 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can, who knows? Like, who knows how bad it could get? That's exactly what I said. Those are my exact words. Who knows? And I said, because I know exactly what is going on, right? Let me show you, because LA went from this to motherfucking this. So I knew that, like, if you eliminate demand, you're going to kill the price. That's how anything works. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people no longer want something, it's kind of how it operates. Now, we've been talking about hyperinflation. Okay, see, hyperinflation only works on objects that people need and really want, right? For instance, bread, eggs, milk, you know what I'm saying? Doctor bills, whatever. Like, shit that everybody considers important, right? Shit that people are going to buy. Like, if there's 2 loaves of bread and like I have $1 million and you have $1 million, that motherfucking 2 loaves of bread, you know what I'm saying, are, legitimately worth like $500,000 a piece. Like, that's just a fact of life. It's worth whatever the fuck it is somebody is willing to pay for it, right? Like, if 10 people have $1 million fucking dollars, like, the price of that bread could go to $1 million. Like, it is what it is. So that's how hyperinflation works. But, you have the problem of, dog shit, right? Like, for instance, like, dog shit's always going to be worth nothing because no one wants dog shit. Like, no one's going to actually ever pay for dog shit. Like, you go, hey, man, fucking, I'll sell you this dog shit. And they're like, yeah, I'm kind of good. I don't fucking want that. See, it's only on objects you can sell. And oil is an object that you cannot sell right now because, well, nobody's allowed to go anywhere. So, what the fuck just goddamn happened and shit to get oil to $1 a motherfucking barrel? Well, let me fucking explain what's going on. Alright, so, this is an article from The Guardian. Super tankers drafted in the store glut of crude oil. Ships are able to carry 2 million barrels of chartered for $335,000 a day to store oil unwanted during the COVID-19 epidemic. Giant oil tankers are being used to hold record amounts of crude at sea due to an oversupply that threatens to overwhelm the world's storage facilities. A record 160 million barrels of oil has been stored in supergiant oil tankers outside the world's largest shipping ports, following the deepest fall in oil demand in 25 years because of the coronavirus pandemic. The so-called supertankers, which can hold up to 2 million barrels of oil, are in high demand by oil traders, as conventional oil storage facilities have quickly filled up. With oil left unused during the coronavirus lockdown, the last time floated storage reached levels close to this was in 2009, when traders stored more than 100 million barrels at sea before offloading stocks when the economy began to recover. Charter rates for giant vessels can be used to store oil for have more than doubled in the last month to reach heights of $350,000 a day as traders scramble to find space for crude that cannot be sold on the refineries. Shipping experts told the Reuters news agency that 60 supertankers have been chartered to store oil mostly off the coast of Singapore and the U.S. Gulf Coast, as well as smaller crude oil tankers. The number has climbed quickly from between 25 and 40 super large vessels at the start of the month and 10 in in February. The amount may triple in the coming months to fill up to 200 supertankers, according to the shipping experts. Commodity traders are hunting for extra space to store their crude as demand for oil collapses by 29 million barrels per day. In April, compared with last year, following the lows not seen since 1995, the traders are understood to be storing the excess crude in the hope it can be sold at a profit when demand for transport fuels returns later this year. The slump in demand has created an oversupply of 9 million barrels a day in the global market, which threatens to swamp the world's traditional oil storage within weeks. According to S&P Global Platts analysis, the analysis began a massive increase in oil storage between 500 million to under 1 billion barrels of oil compared with stock levels at the end of February, which could fill global storage facilities by the brim by May. This could trigger an oil market collapse to an average price of between $10 to $20 a barrel in the second quarter this year. From about $65 a barrel at the start of the year, the forced oil producers shut their wells. and force oil producers to shut their wells. S&P Global experts in oil market recovery but are largely delayed until next year, even after the world's largest oil producers struck the most ambitious supply deal in history to cut up 20% of the world's output from next month to ease global glut. This may be too little too late. Okay, so what happened? Here's the long and skinny of it. All right. You have these ships here, right, which usually are floating through the ocean like this one. But during this crisis, a whole bunch of these ships were stuck at port with nothing to do, like these here. Now, usually transportation uses right about 25% of the world's fucking oil supply. And due to the fact that China was shut down, which produces the vast majority of the world's stuff, oil started going into free fall because things weren't moving around. That was bad. But it got much worse when all of a sudden the rest of the world, Europe, United States, Russia, Asia, South America, all put their people into forced quarantine and lockdowns where they stopped fucking driving. So when this happens, the world's oil supply, which they were just chewing up excess off of, the not having transportation thing, which was around 9 million barrels a day. All of a sudden they started chewing up, a ridiculous amount of fucking storage. Now, this storage will usually last for about 2 months. They'll stand here and they'll store all this oil inside of these giant super tankers, just having it sit out at sea, relax, waiting for the fucking price to go back up so you can turn a profit. Well, this has lasted through a quarter and a half, right? And when that happened, we're getting into like the third quarter, right? Second and third quarter of America, of the year, they no longer have the ability to sell this oil and they're out of storage. So they had the last month's futures contract was for $35. Well, when all of a sudden prices get down to $10 and $5 and $1, and you're holding a whole bunch of oil that was paid for at $35, you're going to be selling your fucking contracts at a loss, right? And now we're on a level of where oil is just going fucking, like, these people are going insane. And nobody has any idea what to do. And this is going to cause a massive disruption in the world economy. We're talking starvation levels for places who produce oil, and full oil companies just completely disappearing. This is a realignment of the world's, oil producers as far as shit's concerned. Like, the Middle East is going to end up having massive amounts of problems. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Syria, Libya, Holland, Russia, Sweden, all these places that are oil producers, Venezuela, are all of a sudden going to be selling their oil for nothing because basically their currency is tied, right, directly to the oil. Just like ours is with the petrodollar. Our currency is going to strengthen. Their currencies are going to weaken, and the entire world's economy is going to go into fucking flux. And I have no idea where it goes from here. I'm going to consult some people and have some conversations and try to figure out exactly what's popping. You know what I mean? But I wanted to bring y'all this news real quick and let you know that shit is fucked up and expect something insane to happen. In the meantime, man, this is Tom Pease with Pinoy News. Y'all know the situation. Like, share, and subscribe. Come back here for more content. You know the deal, man. I'm going to try and keep y'all updated. Peace.